Hello and welcome to another video. I am back from London. If you've been watching my Vlogtober videos, more about that later, you will know that I was away in London. And I'm back from London. I've been doing lots of knitting. I have been doing lots of teaching. It's been a really busy week this last week, and today I'm just having a quiet day. I'm going to do some filming, go to Pilates and do my nails because they need doing, and do lots of knitting and chilling. But today I'm going to show you what I was knitting while I was away. I finished two things since my last video. I got some new purchases, something came in the post, and I'm going to give you a sneak preview of the next issue of Knitting Magazine, which is out, I think it's out on the same day this video goes live. I probably will need to check that before I edit this video to make sure I'm not showing you something I'm not allowed to show you. If you are new here, my name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns, I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through my website YarnAddict.co.uk. You can find the links to everything I'm going to talk about below this video, and that also includes link to my social media and how to sign up to my newsletter, which I recommend you do so you don't miss out on any special offers, because I may not always remember to mention them here, or by the time I record it might be too late. So do sign up to my newsletter, which you can do at yarnaddict.co.uk or at the link below this video. When I filmed last week, I said that I wasn't sure about what I was going to do about the last Vlogtober video. So in October, I was doing Vlogtober and posting 2 vlogs a week, and then doing my weekly podcast every Thursday. So I recorded quite a bit last Friday. When I was travelling, I got the train up to the knitting hotel in Dawlish. I taught there all day, and then I got the train from there to London. And I did record quite a bit while I was at knitting hotel. Well, I didn't record a lot at the knitting hotel, but I recorded a quick sneak peek of what was happening, and recorded a bit while I was travelling and things like that. And when I edited it, I felt I had enough to put up a quick vlog. So that went live on Tuesday evening. It went up quite late in the evening on Tuesday, so if you haven't watched that, please go and watch it. I'll link it below as well, and probably also link it at the end of this video. And I said last week I wasn't sure about London, whether that would be a separate vlog or be part of the last Vlogtober video or whatever. I actually didn't film a lot in London for various reasons, which I'll come to in a minute. So I've got a little bit of footage I took, so I'm going to include that in this video. I decided there wasn't really enough probably to include in the last Vlogtober video. So the last Vlogtober video has been posted. If you have been following me along Vlogtober, thank you very much. Let me know what you thought. In November, we'll be back to normal schedules. So I'm going to try and do a podcast every Thursday and try and do another type of video every Tuesday. That's my plan. And then in December, we got Vlogmas. Then I'd probably try and follow the same pattern I did with Vlogtober, where I'd post 2 vlogs a week and 1 podcast episode a week, but we'll see. More about that closer to December, which I'm sure will be here in a flash, considering how quickly October went. Okay, so went to London. I was teaching at Knitting Hotel on Friday, and then I got the train from there to London. Train was running a bit late, and the train from Exeter to London was really busy. I managed to get 2 seats to myself, which I was very relieved about, but it was very busy. And then when I got to London, quite late in the evening, about between 8:30 and 9, I grabbed something quick to eat at the station, and then I headed to the hotel. Then Saturday morning, my daughter and I went to the O2 Arena in North Greenwich to watch S Club. It used to be called S Club 7 when they first started, they're now called S Club. My daughter was a big fan back in the day, so when we saw they were doing a tour, we decided to try and get tickets, and we managed to get tickets for the matinee performance, which isn't a great performance because it kind of mucks up your whole day. So we got to the O2, we had a drink in a Costa coffee shop, sat around, waited. There were loads of shops there, so we could have wandered around the shops and stuff, but I was tired after teaching the day before and all the travelling. And then watched a concert. It was fantastic. The warm-up acts, there were 2 warm-up acts, and I would say they were quite poor, but the actual show itself was really good. Lots of singing along, and really enjoyed it. And then we went back to where we were staying, and got something to eat and had an early night watching Strictly Come Dancing in the hotel room, and had an early night. And then Sunday we headed back into central London, and I went off on my own, and my daughter and my husband went off and did their thing. If Beautiful Knitters had been open, that would have been my first choice, because they're in Pimlico near Victoria, so it's fairly easy to get to if you're in central London. But they were closed on the Sunday and the Monday, which were the 2 days I had available. So I decided to go to Loop, which I haven't been to for years. They're not difficult to get to either. They're in Islington. You get the tube to Angel tube station, and then it's just a couple of minutes walk. Except when I got there, it was raining, which I knew it was going to. It was forecast rain. But I don't know what's going on, whether it's hormones, whether it's my weight, whether it's medication I'm on, I don't know. But as soon as I stop moving, I just get really hot. And because it was raining, I had to wear a waterproof coat, and I find that makes me even hotter, even though it's quite a thin waterproof coat, and I think it's supposed to be breathable, although to me, I can never tell the difference. So I walked, I knew where it was because I've been before, but I still double checked the map, Google Maps, just to make sure I remember correctly. I walked over there. I was looking for a coffee shop because I thought I fancy just sitting down and relaxing for a few minutes and just cooling down a bit, so I don't walk into the shop like looking a hot mess. But all the coffee shops around there were really, really busy. Quite a few had queues outside, and I kept walking and walking, and then I thought, I'm sure I've gone past it because this area I don't recognise. So I looked back on the maps, and yes, I've gone past it. So I walked back and I found it, and then I thought I really could do with going to a coffee shop. So I walked around the corner onto the main road, see if I could see anywhere that was a bit bigger, that there might be space, and I didn't. And I thought, oh, let's just go. So I went back. So I turned up. My coat was wet, my hair was wet, I was hot. I just looked a mess, and I felt a mess. It's quite a small shop, and it's on 2 floors. And it was very, very busy. There were a couple of families in there with, mum, dad, and kids, and then quite a few people just on their own shopping, or people shopping in pairs and whatever. So it was quite busy. And I just had a quick look around. I took a few photos. I didn't actually manage to film anything because there was just people everywhere, and I don't want to film and then get other people in the video because they might not consent to being on YouTube. So I just took a few photos, and I've compiled those into a short video clip. They are all in portrait because I didn't think about that when I was taking the photos. So I'll post that here, and then I'll come back and show you what I actually bought at Loop. Despite the fact that the shop was quite busy, I thought I do want to buy something. Just one skein, little souvenir skein. Normally when I do that, I tend to go for sock yarn because I can use it for socks, I can use it for shawls, whatever. And I looked at downstairs, they had quite a lot of Madeline Tosh, which is an American yarn. They have some gold, some with gold sparkly, like the gold Selena yarn. And it looked beautiful, and the colours they had dyed up, and I was very tempted to buy that. But then I was upstairs and I saw this skein. Now this is very similar to the one that I used for this one, which is from the pink in this one is from Spectrum Fibre, and it's fairly similar. I think this is maybe a little bit darker and a little bit brighter, but I really like it. I have a hat that I think is very similar colour to this, that's knitted in 4-ply. So this is DK. It's the Uncommon Thread BFL Light DK 100% Superwash Blueface Leicester, 225 meters per 100 gram. And it's called High Vis Pink. It's definitely high vis. So I'm thinking about maybe knitting a cowl, since I wore that a lot last year. Maybe a lacy cowl. I have one idea, but I won't use all of it for that. Probably use about half of it for that. So I don't know what I'll do with the rest of it. Maybe knit some hand warmers or a hat or a headband, because I used this headband I use headbands quite a lot in the winter because I don't always like wearing a hat. So that's what I'm thinking about. I do have an idea, so I don't know whether I will wind this today because I need to cast on something new, but I don't think I'm ready to cast on what I'm planning to cast on, so maybe I will wind this and knit something with this instead, because I think what I'm planning to knit is going to be fairly quick. But more about that next week if I decide to go ahead with it. So that's what I got at Loop, and then I headed back into central London. I went to Liberty, which is a very nice department store. I mainly went in there because I was desperate to sit down by the time I got to Liberty, and I was also starting to get a bit hungry, and I also needed the toilet. So the first thing I did in Liberty was to go to the toilet, and again, the coffee shop there was quite, or restaurant there was quite busy, and I also wasn't sure how expensive it was because they looked quite nice. So I had a quick look around, but I didn't really look around properly in Liberty like I would normally do. And then I headed out because I was just too hot. Too hot was the theme of Sunday. I was just too hot. So I went out, and then across the road I actually found this shop called, now the way it's spelled is the same word that we use for the paper in Norway, Arket. So if it's, I guess here you pronounce it Arket. If it's Norwegian, you pronounce it Arke. And when I got in there, I actually they had a coffee shop, and when I walked past, and in the window I could see there was a table free, so I quickly nipped in, grabbed that table, and then went and got a little bun thing and a drink. And nothing on the menu would kind of signify that it was Norwegian. It was very kind of minimalist. But there's nothing on the menu that would kind of tell me that there might be Norwegian. And I sat there for quite a while, knitting, eating this bun, listening to a podcast on my phone, just relaxing. And I thought, I have a table, I have a chair. It wasn't that comfortable, but I thought it was quite cool, and there was quite close to the door, so I thought I'm just going to sit here for a while and relax and chill and cool down. So I sat there for quite a while, and then I had a quick look around the shop afterwards, and I did notice on their price tags they had the prices in various different currencies, and the first one was Norwegian kroner, so that's what I'm thinking, maybe it is a Norwegian shop. I didn't look at a lot of their stuff. They had a bit of clothes, a bit of home items, that kind of thing. They had a pet section. I looked at one of their dog coats because it was quite nice, but it was very expensive, too expensive for Alfie. So I had a look at one of their hair clips because I saw a very nice hair clip I quite liked, but it was quite expensive, I thought, for a hair clip. So I didn't buy that, and that's what makes me think that maybe it is Norwegian. So if you've heard of this shop, let me know. Is it Norwegian? Is it not? I've no idea. Never seen it in Norway, but that doesn't mean it's not Norwegian. So I did that, and then I headed to a department store called Fenwick. I'm not sure this, it's spelled Fenwick, so I'm not sure this is pronounced Fenwick or Fenwick, but anyway, it's a small department store. Somebody I watched on YouTube went there a few weeks ago, and I've never been before, so I thought I'd go and have a look. It was a bit disappointing. It was quite small. I just had a quick look around, mainly at their handbags, because that's what I'm interested in. And then I left and I walked to Selfridges. I quite like looking at Selfridges. As I was walking around, I was thinking, why do I always come here? Because it's such a big shop and it's so hot in there. And again, I was overheating. See the theme running through. And I was walking around the shop trying to find somewhere I could sit down, trying to find a coffee shop that had space and that didn't look ridiculously expensive. So I went up and down all how many floors. And I ended up on the ground floor to a place I've been before, which is, I think it's called Lola. It's like a cupcake place. I had a cupcake and a drink, and I sat there knitting for quite a while. The bench wasn't that comfortable, and then somebody came and had like a tiny table, and I sat on the bench, and then there's a small circular table and a chair opposite me, and this rather eccentric looking young lady came and asked if she could, I thought, because I had a headphone in so I didn't hear what she said, I thought she asked if she could have the chair. So I said, yes, the chair's free, you can take the chair. And she said, no, can I sit there? And I was like, okay. And she said, can I sit and share the table? I was a bit like, okay. And I sat there for quite a while, and I finished my drink and my cupcakes. So I thought, well, I'll just leave. So I left. And then I found out that Simon and Vanessa were back in central London, and they were at Waterstones on Piccadilly. So I scanned out a Lime electric bike, which I've done before, and I cycled down to Piccadilly. I've cycled from Selfridges to Piccadilly before, and it takes you through fairly quieter streets through Mayfair, so it's not too bad. And it was fine till I got onto Piccadilly, and Piccadilly was just so busy, and loads of buses and bus lanes and taxis parked in the bus lanes, and there was no bike lane, and it was really busy. So I went up on the pavement. I thought I'll park the bike. So I found somewhere I could park the bike where it wouldn't be on the way, and I tried to scan it out, and it was a no parking zone. So I had to go right up to the end of Piccadilly to find a parking zone to leave the bike. And Piccadilly was just so busy, it was very difficult to get through, that I actually just ended up pushing the bike on the pavement to get there. Anyway, I found Simon and Vanessa, and then we headed back to the hotel, and we had something to eat near the hotel because central London was just packed, and we thought trying to get in anywhere to eat was just going to be chaos, so we didn't do that. So I walked a lot on Sunday. I think I did about 17,000 steps in the end, which is way too much for me. So I was in quite a lot of pain. Everything was just aching. My back, my neck, my hips, my knees, everything. So on Monday, we decided we'd have a bit of a quieter day. I still did, I think, like 12,000 steps or something. And last time we went to London in April, I think that was, we went on a riverboat. So the Transport for London have river buses basically that go up and down the river, and you can travel on those. I think it's a little bit more expensive than using the tube, but it's capped at a certain limit, and I think it costs us like maybe £5 more than using the tube all day, because they cap it at a max limit if you use more than a certain number of trips, or I guess. And last time we went east, all the way out to the Thames Barrage to Woolwich, and then back again. This time we kind of thought last time we went that next time we'd go west, from Westminster, but I don't think there were that many boats running west, and we'd like to go all the way to Hampton Court, and that seems to only run in the summer. So we decided to go eastbound again, because there seemed to be more to see eastbound, I think. If you live in London and I think I'm wrong, let me know. So we got on the boat to North Greenwich, where the O2 Arena is, and when we got on the boat, it was raining, so we sat inside, and then I tried to go outside and take photos and things. As we went further upriver, it got it dried up, and it was sunny by the time we got to Greenwich. So I did a bit of filming. I did loads and loads of filming on the river cruise or river boat we went on when we went in April. So I'm going to link that video below. So if you want to see more, you can watch that. I filmed a little bit, so I've got a few minutes. I'm going to pop that video right at the end, so that if you're not interested in it, you don't have to sit through that. I think the whole thing is like 4 or 5 minutes long. And it's some of the other stuff I did in London, and the river boat thing. So if you're interested in watching that, I'll pop that at the end, because not everyone may want to see that. So that was it. And then we went to Paddington. We had lunch while we were at North Greenwich in the O2 Arena, then got the tube back into central London, went to Paddington, collected our luggage, and waited for our train. And the train was a few minutes delayed, so we got home by 9:30, and then yesterday I had to get up early to teach. Today's Wednesday, by the way, when I'm filming this. Okay, so let me show you what I've been knitting, because I've been rambling on for a long time. So if you were watching my Vlogtober video, you will know that I was knitting a new cowl, and that I'd nearly finished it when I left on Friday. I think I had one repeat left, so let me just pop it on. So the first one I made of this is called Travella, and I will link the pattern below, but I will be updating the pattern. At the moment, the pattern, I think, is only available from Ravelry, but once I've updated it, it will also be available from Payhip. But if you already have the pattern or you buy it before I update it, you will get the updated version when it's ready. So the first one I knitted was knitted on 5mm needles, and it was very slouchy, so it didn't really cover your neck at all. So I wanted one that was not so slouchy. So I did this one on 4mm needles, but otherwise I did the same number of stitches and everything, and I really like this. I wasn't sure that I wanted it longer, but I decided not, because I thought it would just end up lying in folds, so I thought there wasn't much point in making it longer. So I finished this one on, I guess it was Saturday evening while we were watching Strictly. I finished this one, so I cast that off. So that's what it looks like. I added beads, which the original doesn't have either. I blocked this very quickly last night. To block it, I just soaked it for a few minutes and squeezed out the water in a towel, and then I just gave it a stretch widthwise and then lengthwise, and then I lay it flat to dry, and then I flipped it over a couple of times when I got home yesterday evening, and then this morning, because it was still a bit damp, I just put it on the radiator to finish drying. So that's all I did in terms of blocking it. And then I also made a smaller version, which this is actually probably going to be a Christmas gift from somebody who's a lot smaller than me, so I can just about get it on, but it's a bit tight, and I think I prefer the larger version for me. But if you are tiny or much smaller petite person, then this will probably work for you. But all the details will be in the pattern when it comes out. So one of my jobs, probably not till next week, is to update the pattern for that. To carry this around with me every day, apart from when we went to the O2 for the concert. I didn't knit a lot on the tube, apart from on the last day. I did knit a little bit on the tube on the last day, but I knitted a bit on this when I was in a couple of coffee shops and things on the Sunday, and then on the Monday I knitted on this a little bit on the boat, and also on the train home after I finished the blue cowl. I finished that on the train home, and then I knitted a bit on this. And I also knitted a little bit on it last night, so I'm kind of amazed I haven't finished a leg yet, because I've knitted on it on and off quite a bit, but I haven't finished a leg yet. This is my sock. Hang on. This is the first one, and hang on, let me just put this back. And this is the second one. So I am over halfway through the leg. Let's see if I can find my row counter. I've done 55. So I got 15 rounds left to do on the leg, so I might try and see if I can finish the leg today and start on the heel, maybe even do the heel, and then it's ready for, if we go out this weekend or anything, to knit out and about. So that's that. And then came home yesterday. I was teaching at Spinning Yarn. I didn't do any video yesterday. It was a very small class, but it was lovely. The ladies there were really nice. I really enjoyed it. Finishing techniques is a very it's a workshop that I recommend everyone take, basically. And it was a small class, as I said, and 2 ladies came in while I was there saying, oh, I wish the workshop was on, because I would have taken it. So if you live near a yarn shop that you know hosts workshops, check in with them periodically, or sign up to their newsletter, or if you're particularly interested in a workshop with me, sign up to my newsletter as well. But it's been in the shop's window, I guess, since we booked it in the summer, and it's also been in their newsletter, I expect, and on their website. So do check if you go to a yarn shop regularly or semi-regularly and you would be interested in workshops there. Do check out and ask what they're offering. Anyway, they had a lot of really nice sock yarn, and I was tempted by a few things, and I decided to treat myself, because, you know, it's only 2 days since I bought yarn. So I got this. So this is Opal, and it's sparkly, really pretty colours, and it is called Opal Pretty. That's the type, I guess. And the colour is 11285. 11285, and it's got sparkly silver stuff in it, so really like that. Don't know whether that will be my next pair of socks or the ones after that. I was thinking maybe I'll wait till we go to Norway for Christmas and then cast that on to knit while we're traveling, but we'll see. I'll decide once I finish my current pair of socks. Okay, so coming up next Thursday next week, I'm teaching a workshop at Spinny Yarn, and I know there are spaces left, so I'm going to give it a bit of a push here because I'd like it to go ahead. So if you are interested and you can get it to Spinny Yarn, it's Thursday next week. I'll put the date on the screen and I'll put the link to the workshop or to Spinny Yarn below, and you can contact them to book. And it is my brioche Cowls workshop, which I taught where I live in Cornwall in October. And all the ladies that did it there really enjoyed it. By the way, I mostly get women on my workshop, and men are welcome too. I wish there were more men, but anyway, this might look very girly, but this is, I would say, fairly unisex cow. All of them I think are fairly unisex. Simon has my other version of this now that I knitted him on this, the Uruguay silk blend, which is in like a purple and green colours. He's got that. He used it at Yandel, and I don't think I'm getting it back. Anyway, this is the Cowls cowl. So the brioche Cowls workshop, you can choose between 3 cowls to work on. You learn how to knit brioche in the round, and depending on your experience levels, you will either make this cowl, which is the easiest one, which is Cowls, and to practice basic brioche rib and kind of consolidate and practice and really get to grips with it if you're struggling a bit with brioche rib. If you have got brioche rib worked out and you're fine, then you can choose to knit the Delightful Cowl, which is this one. I think it's actually that way up, but it doesn't matter. Delightful Cowl, which is a little bit more difficult. Or if you'd like to really challenge yourself, then you can try the Delicia Cowl, which is a bit more difficult. I have that one in another colour. Oh, there it is. I'm sure I pulled it out. That's also Delicia in a different colour combination. So 3 cowls, you learn how to knit brioche in a round, and then you can choose your difficulty level, and depending on where you want to work on and how much you want to challenge yourself. So that's the Spinny Yarn Thursday next week. I'll put the date on the screen, and if you are interested, contact Spinny Yarn to book your place in that workshop. I'm also teaching I'll put all the dates below, and they're also on my website because I can't remember the date now. But I'm teaching my Diamonds Are Forever workshop. Hang on, I do have the dates written down here. I can just check. This is the book that I write down like loads of filming stuff. And I did write it out a couple of weeks ago. So this brioche Cowls is on the 9th of November at Spinny Yarn. This workshop, the Fair Isle cushion, my Diamonds Are Forever cushion, is on the 28th of November, and then on the 23rd of November at Spinny Yarn in Bobby Tracy in Devon, which is just south of Exeter. I'm teaching my custom fit hat workshops. So if you want workshops, if you want to learn how to knit hats from the top down to fit you or whoever you want to knit them for, then that's the workshop for you. So that's the workshops I got coming up at Spinny Yarn this month. So if you're interested in any of those, do contact them and get full details and sign up, and don't leave it too late, and don't forget. I'm not going to talk a lot about this because I do have a video coming on Tuesday about this, but the new issue of Knitting Magazine is out. It's issue 247, and that's what the cover looks like. I'll just quickly show you a sneak peek of my pattern, and then so you can see that's my sweater there, where they photographed it with that bag by Sarah Hazel. My sweater also appears under this wrap. You can see it on the bottom there by Brian Smith, sorry. And then that's another picture of my sweater, knitted in blacker yarns. I will talk more about it on Tuesday, and I'll show you more of a look at the magazine on Tuesday. I'm going to film the video this afternoon, hopefully, So I will post that on Tuesday next week if you want to know more about this design. I have the sweater here because it came back last week. So I'll just quickly show you. And then if you want to know more about that, how to knit it, the construction method, the yarn, what I think about the yarn, all that kind of stuff, then do check out my YouTube channel next week. Also, when I came home from London on Monday night, this was waiting for me. I had a delivery notifications I knew was here, and I was just hoping it would be left in a safe space and it wouldn't be ruined. Came in a plastic mailing bag, so it was fine. Any guesses what this is? So this is one of my advent calendars this year. It's my yarn advent calendar from Truly Hooked. It comes in this lovely box. I haven't opened it, so I'm going to open it. I'm not going to open the individual parcel. I'm assuming it's individually wrapped. So inside the box there is a Christmas card from Verity, who runs Truly Hooked, and then there is a thing about the Advent 2023, Truly Hooked, all things bright and beautiful, a celebration of all the vibrant and beautiful colours that the world around us has to offer. Inside you'll find 24-minute skeins designed to work as a fade. The first and last colour fade together, so you can start to finish any way you like. So that's exciting. And this is what it looks like inside. So, oh, it has a few little treats in there. There are a few little chocolates and things in there. And then it has all the mini skeins wrapped up like this. That's 24. So I might actually eat one of these because I'm feeling a bit peckish. It's one of my favourite chocolates. I might eat that in a minute. I'm going to leave it for now. I'm obviously not going to open it till December. And I'm not going to take the wrapping paper that's wrapped around the parcels off, because I want to take some photographs before I do. So let's tie this thing back up again and put it away. And if you want to see what's in here, you have to watch my videos in December. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the little peek of London that's coming up. If you would rather not watch that, then that's fine, but that's why I popped it at the end of the video. If you haven't watched my Vlogtober videos, please go back and have a look. There is a Vlogtober 2023 playlist, and the next video on my channel will be on Tuesday, where I will talk more about issue 247 of Knitting Magazine and my design in it. So I hope you will come back for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. I really, really appreciate all your comments and all your likes. And obviously, if you subscribe, that would make me very, very happy. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Now I'm going to go out and walk the dog. Still dry outside, but it looks like it's going to rain any minute. So let's see if I can get him out for a few minutes before it starts to rain. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you.